reason, a lot of Republicans thought Trump was going down because of this whole Russia thing.
Oh,
they didn't trust him.
The Russia, and yet there's people who still actually believe that there's something there.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's the dead parrot Democrats.
It's all there. It's all proven.
So, but everybody knows what I'm talking about. Okay, so all of you who don't know what I'm talking about, go Google for YouTube or whatever, Monty Python Dead Parrot skit and watch it. And the Democrats are the store proprietor who's trying to convince the dissatisfied customer that this dead parrot is really still alive.
John Cleese.
Okay, that's the dead parrot Democrats.
You have something staring at us right here. Here's the proof, and they still insist that no, Trump colluded with Russia. And it doesn't matter what you say; they're just convinced that Trump colluded with Russia, and he didn't.
And the more we learn, the more the more we investigate, the more we learn that it looks like almost everybody except Trump colluded with Russia.
Definitely. You know what? That does bring me to another point. This whole Russiagate thing. There's a lot of people, including myself, who are sick and tired of Democrats not going to jail.
Yeah, he needs he needs to move on that.
That is one thing I can't defend him for.
Start rolling out indictments. I mean, yeah, I like Bill Barr, but come on, guy, let's see some indictments. Not just subpoenas, indictments.
Because investigating and pulling them out in front of people to answer questions, even in the public, that's not good enough.
It's not doing it.
People need to be punished.
People need to go to jail and prison.
People died over this stuff. People lost their lives over this stuff.
Yeah.
Michael Flynn needs to be avenged. General Flynn needs to be avenged.
Yeah.
He lost everything. I can't defend Trump on that one. I wish he would move on this, but maybe he will.
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's a long game that he's playing that we just don't know, or if he's just afraid to move on some people, or what the deal is.
Rush Limbaugh brought up a point, and look, you're talking about almost the entire Washington complex. They are all tied so tightly to China.
Oh, like the implications are so broad. You're
talking about almost the entire Congress going to jail if they were going to actually start moving and indicting. I don't know if anyone's got that much power. You're talking about almost a revolution.
So, like if the evidence leads to, 150 indictments, 25 in the Senate and 125 in the Congress, in the House of Representatives, rather.
What are people going to say about that when Trump imagine the movies about...
how would you serve those? How would you enforce those? I mean, you'd have to have quite a contingent of loyal...
You'd need the military to do that.
To round these people up and say, you're really going to go to jail and wait for your trial.
Think of those...
Of course, they would all have enough money to post bond. They would all post bond, and then they would all, flee to some country without extradition.
Well, think about the movies about these third world countries where there's a revolution where the military or the police break into, say, where they're holding Senate hearings and arrest everyone.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it would be like.
That's true.
I mean, I think almost I think everyone in Congress is involved in this, and I think that's why they hate him, and that's why they fear him so much. I don't know if
that could be. A lot of the hatred of Trump That's true. It really presents more as fear than hatred. Now, there's a lot of Americans out there, you liberal citizens, who are being programmed to fear Trump, but you are being given a reason for fear that is completely off base and is not the reason that the liberal politicians fear Trump. In fact, bring it back to what I said before. Take your reasons that you think there is to fear Trump, and does that really scan with your daily existence? I mean, do you look over your shoulder? Imagine Trump for 4 more years. Do you really think you're going to be looking over your shoulder?
Afraid of going to jail?
No, that's over stuff you post online or whatever. No, there's not going to be any of that.
And the thing is,
but that's not why the liberal politicians,
the leftist politicians, and the Republican politicians,
a lot of Republicans
are scared because they do fear suddenly going to jail, but they would be going to jail for real reasons.
Not inventions.
And
that's true.
I don't think anyone realizes maybe how bad it is there, but to say that Trump's not moving on these politicians that need to be put in jail, we don't know if that could ever happen.
Yeah, maybe we who criticize him for that, maybe we really still don't grasp the scope of the problem.
I lost you for.
All right, yeah. No, I was just saying that maybe we who are criticizing Trump for not moving with the forward with indictments, maybe we don't quite grasp the scope of the problem. I mean, he talked about draining the swamp, and maybe that analogy is more apt than we ever imagined.
Maybe it's to the point that if he actually drained the swamp, we would not have a government.
There would be no one left.
There wouldn't be anyone there.
Maybe draining the swamp would mean kind of rebooting. Okay, well let's hold another nationwide convention and just elect a whole new government.
It might be that bad. Okay, that's the last issue I could think of. You got any?
No, I mean, in terms of the reasons that I think people don't vote for Trump, I think it really boils down to, on the left, he's in the way of their specifically communist plans, and on the right, the Never-Trumpers, he threatens their financial welfare from their ties with China economically. Honestly, I think it boils down to that.
One thing.
And you know what? If you're a freedom-loving American, you want Trump in office more than you want any Democrat in office. Democrat in office. Democrat in office.